Yeah, we bring reviews of your house, talk to our dudes of your house. I bring my views of your house, wrestling truths of your house. We talk to you in your house, we keeps it cool in your house, we keeps it cool in your house. I'm spitting truths in your house. Yes, Mark's hating on his fans, Becky's niche on the man. Play with two like a lion, household a dangerous alliance. I am a diamond like Cody, and I'm overcoming like Kobe. No, they cannot hold me. Come listen, I'm hosting, critiquing, I'm boasting. This wrestling I'm knowing.
Arrest the killers of Breonna Taylor. All of y'all who think we need more evidence, you goofy. I said arrest the killers of Breonna Taylor. And Elijah McClain too. Y'all hold that boy.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to In Your House, starring Alakan Howse and my man, Michael Hutchison. That's Mikey Hutch. This is the People's Podcast. Ha. Hey guys, you already know who it is. It's your boy Con and Hutch, ready to get at work when it comes to this professional wrestling business. That is what we do, and hey, we love it. So let you guys know where you guys can listen to this at. You guys can listen to this at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Hey, you don't have an Apple device? That's alright. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, we can get to you. And ooh, where is the clock? I'm checking the time, and yes, it does feel like summer, because the last time that I checked, In Your House was the hottest professional wrestling podcast in the Midwest, because we hit them with that work, round the clock, never stopping. It don't matter what you say, because guys, In Your House is in the building, and my name is the director, Alakan Howse, and I got my man, he is the cornerstone of the IYH collective, my man, Mikey Hutch. How's it going, bro?
The Flamingo Kid is here, baby. How
yes,
we doing?
Sir.
How we
he is
doing?
back.
Flying in for another episode. Man,
Yes,
it's great to be back, man. A lot to talk about, man. There's such a lot of good stuff going on in wrestling right now. And before we dive into this, I want to give all these major wrestling companies props. Yeah. All of them. Yeah. From and this is even, I'll even include the writers, believe it or not. Yeah, it's snow flurrying in hell right now. Even the writers for WWE, the talent in WWE, AEW, Impact, New Japan, for them to be putting out the level and caliber of product, and no, it's not all good. Yeah, no, it's not all good.
We're not saying it is.
But for them to put out the level of the caliber of like content that they're doing right now, is really special. I mean, like AEW just drew 1 million people this week.
Hell yeah, bro!
This last Wednesday,
that was so dope to see. I was so happy to see them break 1 million, bro.
Right, and you know, Grant, we said on here multiple times, it's not a war; it's a slap fight until they're pulling the Attitude Era numbers. But that doesn't matter. That they pulled good numbers and they put on a good show, which we're going to get into.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I just want to give props to everybody, and even the indies too, that are doing their best to come back and bounce back from this.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
So it's just proves wrestling. It's taken some shots through the years, but wrestling never dies.
No, man, it's gonna keep on going and keep on going, and bro, that's what we're doing. People thought we was out of the game, but we're gonna keep on going because we are back in your house, and we got a lot of cool things in the work for you guys coming down the pipeline. But on today's episode, we're just talking. It's Tuesday, so we're gonna have a little Tuesday talk. In fact, that's what we're gonna call this episode. That's Tuesday Talk. That is with your boy Khan and Hutch, and we got a couple of things that we do want to talk about, man. First off, man, I just want to throw out there that Raw was a pretty good watch. It was a pretty good watch. I enjoyed it. Real quick, I just want to say shout out to Shiloh Greaves. Real quick, Shiloh Greaves, who just won the New Wave Pro Ultra Rapid Championship. Shout out to him. Yo.
the most 2020 thing to happen in professional wrestling.
Shout out, bro. Shout out. Because dude, wow. And he took the title, bro. Like, he's wild as shit. Like, I love him, man. I love him. So I just wanted to throw him out there real quick because he deserved that type of love. He's, you know what I mean? He go through a lot for what he do. So to see him win that title was cool. But today we're gonna talk about Monday Night Raw. And man, I gotta say, Monday Night Raw, I walked unexpectedly, Hutch, into a pretty good show. You had pointed it out because you were like, well, bro, Monday Night Football's back. And then when I put two and two together, I was like, yep, you're right. So they kind of had to show out, and they did, man. Mm-hmm. And I really have to say, Adam Pearce, that's the first thing I want to talk about. Adam Pearce, you probably see him, and you said it yourself, pulling apart some fight.
He's paying his dues, bro.
He's paying his dues, man. He's always in a pullout, bro. Always pulling somebody off.
You know, the man has went from being a part of, like, pull-aparts from women, getting knocked down by him, and all this stuff, knocked on his ass every week. I think homie's about to get promoted.
I know, right? Like, he's, like, and it's good, man. It's good, though.
You know what he reminds me of, though? Because, like, I seen him doing the gimmick where he needed to get the contract signed for the triple threat with Reigns and Strowman and all that.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to watch a little bit of Raw earlier this morning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And out comes Adam Pearce. You know, with his suit jacket on and his red button-up shirt. He's like that really, like it's like when you're in school and you hear that your teacher's going to be gone.
Yep.
And you get excited because you're like, oh, we're going to get a substitute teacher that's going to come in and he's not going to care. Yep. And then you get the drill sergeant Adam Pearce. Straight-faced Adam Pearce. You're not going to be able to talk. You're going to have to read certain chapters in your book.
Yep.
They don't wheel in the TV to be able to watch the random videos and all that stuff. You know, everybody got excited when you saw the TV in there.
Yep.
But no. Then you get stuck with substitute Adam Pearce. Or substitute Mr. Pierce. Mr. Pierce. That just sounds like an imposing, just boring-ass teacher name, don't it? Anyway,
it does. Mr.
So
Pierce.
that's kind of where I was at. But again, like, he seemed to do well. He delivered the news to McIntyre in regards of, like, setting up the match with him and Keith Lee that I guess happened later on in the show. You're going to confirm that.
I'll fill you in on that. Yep.
But yeah, man, I think he could do it.
Yeah. I think it's a good role for him. It's fresh. It's like it's a fresh authority figure, and it's something that you can actually believe because he is somebody who internally in the WWE has rose through the rankings and rose to an opportunity to become an on-screen authority figure. And I, for one, am a fan of authority figures. Like, just letting, like, I don't know, there's something about letting the inmates run the asylum that just, I feel like there should be some sort of authority figure that's weaving things, putting his foot down. So I like it. I hope that he actually gets some sort of formal promotion of some, just to kind of, put the pin on it. Or if they want to keep it nuanced, then that works too. But you can definitely tell that he's an authority figure, and I really like what he's doing, and I really like the way they're utilizing him. Like, he had an interaction later on in the night with the Hurt Business, as the Hurt Business were saying, which I love the Hurt Business, we'll talk about that, but they were basically saying, we will protect Monday Night Raw from Retribution. And he stood his ground to all four members of the Hurt Business. Like, to me, that somebody he's not a big man, you know what I mean? But he just got this, you said it, he's got this sternness about him That he's not gonna back down. It's a respect thing. Like, you're not gonna knock me.
It's because when he comes out, he uses the big boy voice.
That's exactly what it is, bro. He uses the dad voice, bro. That's exactly what it is.
I've been pushed around by women too many times. You're gonna listen to me.
But I love it though, bro. I love what he's doing, man. I really do. So you had that happen. I guess I should have seen the writing on the wall with the Monday Night Raw thing, man, when I realized they were having a tag team champion versus champion match where the Street Profits went up against Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. I should have seen the writing on the wall, because what reason would they have to bring the tag team champions from SmackDown over to Raw? And then I'm like, okay, they're trying to make it a big show. So it clicked with me, registered. The match was what it was, you know. It wasn't something that caught my eye, but I do like the Street Profits. Cesaro and Shinsuke and Nakamura, I'm probably just never gonna get used to that. It's just such contrasting styles to me, but I'm glad they're the tag team champions. So that's good. But they had a match. It was what it was for me, honestly. But moving right along to Angel Garza. And he's getting yelled at, getting blamed for Zelina Vega, which Vega, she did some crazy stuff later on in the night. But it starts a scrap between Andrade and Garza, man. And are you here for that feud? Because for me, I like to see what those two can do against each other.
Yeah, in ring wise,
yeah, in ring wise,
they're going to be able to kill it.
Yeah,
that's what I want to see. They want to wrap a good story around it. I'm here for it.
Yep. That's what I want to see.
You know, because I always say, you know, longtime listeners have heard me say this on here countless times.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a 2-star match with a 5-star story any day.
Yep.
But you give me a 5-star match with a 5-star story,
bro.
You got magic,
bro.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, if they can pin, you know, and deliver a good story with that, I'm here for it.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I saw, man. That's kind of what I'm seeing here with the Cedric Alexander, Ricochet, and Apollo thing, where Cedric basically said, and I'm not sure if you got that far, but if you haven't, I'll break it down for you real quick. So the Hurt Business comes out, big new theme, like they're big stepping, boy. Everybody coming out in suits, just looking. They're the Black Four Horsemen, bro.
Yeah, you said something about the theme sounded like a little bit like trap with horses in it or something.
Do you remember? Okay, do you remember the Four Horsemen thing? You remember that, right?
I do, and I believe I just had come up with a new idea for a new segment on the show.
What's that?
You freestyling wrestling themes.
Oh man, we're on fire today, guys. Loving it. So they have this big new theme. They're coming and they're stepping, right? Cedric Alexander steps in the ring, and he's basically saying that he was tired. Basically, straight up, homie was tired of getting his ass beat all the time by Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. Like, he was just like, and I think what I liked about it was just the honesty of like, listen, man, these dudes are some big ass dudes, and I'm getting beat up by them every week. I can't even play with my kids on Tuesday. Like, that's exactly what he said. They're beating me up so bad I can't even play with my kids on Tuesday. I'm like, bro, you hurting, man. Like it's just
he gonna cry in the car.
He gonna cry in the car, bro. I'm like, dang. But then he starts saying stuff like, listen, I'm over here basically putting my body on the line, you know, just to hang out with Ricochet and hang out with Apollo, when I can get exclusively with the business, when I can put my athletic abilities to a brand, the Hurt Business. I like how he kind of broke that down. You know what I mean?
And I can stop getting my ass beat damn much and start beating some people's ass.
But see, hold on, bro. And you're right. But let me tell you what I like about the Hurt Business, though. Real talk. I'm gonna tell you exactly. It's like it's like a conglomerate, bro. Like they're running their stable like a business. And to me, that's kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's kind of cool. I'm like, okay, so you got old dude. Yo.
I got a question.
What's up?
Is the Hurt Business the Death Row Records of the WWE?
Yo!
Yowie wowie!
Bro.
For all you old school hip hop rap heads out there,
yes,
you know.
You know what it is. You know what it is. Bro, they out there stepping. Yo,
they go hang Shorty G over the balcony like they did Vanilla Ice.
Bro, no, they might be, hell, it might be No Limit, bro. They might be No Limit. You remember No Limit?
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I like that comparison too, No Limit. But yeah, that's what they're running it like, bro. That's what they're running it like, and it's real cool. And I just like the direction of it because I think everybody was like ready for a new Nation of Domination. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I like that because I didn't really want to see them go that way with it.
Exactly, because that almost would have been too obvious, right?
Well, too obvious, and I don't know in the current climate of things if we're going to keep it a stack here, if now would be the time for something like that.
I understand what you're saying, and I agree with that because people will get triggered by that, bro.
Right, and on one hand, you can be like, well, wrestling has played to the times culturally in the past. What would be wrong with doing something like that now?
It's different now, bro.
Pun intended, I've wrestled with that idea in my head of, could a storyline be done that way? Yeah. And I kind of feel like you're probably better off not to, because as soon as you do that, you divide your audience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean nowadays. But no, what they're doing with the Hurt Business right now, from what I'm seeing, it's the goods. The Raw Underground thing is still weird to me. Is that still a thing? Are they still doing that?
No, they're still sticking with it. And bro,
are the strippers there?
No, they're not there no more. No.
Dude, I've never seen more thirsty motherfuckers in my life on Twitter than when them damn strippers were taken off of the Raw Underground.
Yeah.
Holy shit, the keyboard neckbeards were in an uproar.
Were they really, bro?
Dude, I'm surprised stripper wasn't trending on Twitter whatever week it was that they were gone.
Right.
It was insane. Man. I'm just sitting there scrolling down my timeline going, man, y'all thirsty as fuck.
Bro. That's wild, man. Yo, so yeah, Raw Underground's still going on, and honestly, it's kind of developed its own little thing. Like Strowman showed up on it last night, and
wait, really?
Yeah, Strowman showed up on it last night.
So we're back to the wild card gimmick then.
I guess so, bro. At least for Raw Underground. Yeah, it's good shit, pal. It's good shit. But no, he came through. He was there. And Raw Underground, like he choked out Titus O'Neil, and I think there was a spot where he kind of got like out of hand a little bit because like he choked out Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil kind of like his the way he sold. At least I hope he was selling. Hell, it looked like his soul just left from his body, bro. Like he just went limp and then went down.
Titus.
For real, man. And then like Strowman like jumped on top of him after like Shane McMahon jumped in the ring and pulled Strowman off of him, and I was like, dang, he ain't jumped in the ring for nobody else. I think something Strowman might have hit a wire or something in his brain. Like dude just went for the smoke. But other than that, they had it was weird, bro. But they had a part where after he had beat Titus O'Neil, he was in there kind of dominating. And now, have you seen this Dabba-Kato dude? Big dude. Like, he's as big as Strowman.
I'm sorry, did you just sneeze? What the hell was his name?
Yowie wowie!
I think it's Dabba-Kato.
Dabba-Kato?
Dabba-Kato.
I feel like if I say that name, shit's about to start floating in my house.
But look
Galiba Shati Day.
But look it up, bro.
No, I don't. Oh, is that the big dude that's always at the door?
No, that's a different dude. I don't know who that big. Like, there's a lot of big dudes floating around right now in the WWE, like on the low. But no, this dude is something different. He's got like dreads that like the whole side of his head is shaved. Dreads.
He was on the first one, was he not?
He was, yeah.
I was okay. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, because he was on the very first. I think the very first time they did the Raw Underground thing.
Yeah. So now there were him and Dabakato was about to fight, him being Braun Strowman, and Shane jumped in the ring and basically was like, hey, no, we're not doing this right now. We'll do it next week, to kind of leave a hook for next week's Raw Underground, which I was just scrolling, looking at some comments or whatever. That was like one of the few things in the night that like fans were like, oh, that's dope. Like, cause everything else, they were just boo-booing on everything, bro. And I'm like, I'm watching it in my own lens, you know, I'm watching it away from opinions, you know what I mean? And I'm like, dang, like, some of this stuff is actually pretty good, you know, but they just ready to boo-boo on everything because of that WWE, you know, they didn't spend so much years piling shit on top of shit on top of shit that people ain't even invested like that anymore, even when it's good, you know, and right now I think it's one of those times where it's good, man. So I think it's still worth a watch, just my opinion. But as the night moved on, I really think this whole... Okay, all right. I know exactly what I want to talk about. This whole thing with Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan going up against Natty and Lana last night, with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, the WWE Raw and SmackDown Women's Tag Team Champions, at ringside. Yo, I want to talk real quick about Lana getting smashed last night with a Samoan drop through the table, through the announcer's table, days after her man debuts on AEW. Bro, we got to talk about it, man. That was rough, man.
Well, I mean, I'll give you a little glimpse of what happened backstage to set up this match.
Okay.
You know, because first off, let's say the best man Miro's girl didn't look so hot on Raw last night, and I can't say I didn't see that coming. Yeah. And I'm willing to bet the conversation went something like this: Vince McMahon, I need somebody, pal. I need somebody to go out there and beat Lana's ass. Nia, get your big ass over here. Yeah, boss. I'm here. What do you need me to do? You know, here comes Nia from catering. And and then Vince just tells Nia to go out there and beat the brakes off of her, and that's all there is to it. And then to make the fans suffer, they pepper in Natty. Ugh, God, like it's.
Man, what happened to Natalya, man? Why is she...
She's so stale, dude. And Natalya's never been a thing. I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound harsh. I'm sure she's nice.
Yeah,
I'm sure she's a good person.
She's probably a really good person, bro. But I feel it too.
But she has never been it. She's never been it. Can she wrestle? Yep.
Absolutely.
Sure can.
Nobody's disputing that.
Sure can. They lost me when they had her farting.
Oh, bro, let's not...
forget. Don't act like y'all forgot.
Dang, bro.
When they had that girl Putin on TV for no damn reason.
Oh, man. That was really bad, bro.
Are you kidding me? Like, I don't know what that girl did. But, man, every time she's on TV and she talks, I can't do it. I can't.
I understand, bro.
But,
I understand.
But back to Lana, though, man, look. Look, she's gone. She's on her way out.
Yep. They're cycling her down the card, bro.
She's down the card, and she'll end up in AEW at some point.
Oh, I'm sure she will. I'm
not saying I want her there. And then again, she might not. Hell, she might get back into modeling or make,
Instagram,
continue doing TikTok videos and silly ass stupid dances that white girls do on TikTok. But yeah, man. I mean, it was a skippable segment for me. I mean,
for sure. Let me stop you right there because it was a passable one. But let me pluck out some things that was just interesting to me from that segment.
All right.
The couple things that was interesting to me about that segment is, of course, top of the list right there was Lana getting absolutely smashed, cycling down the card. Eventually, she'll be off TV, and then she'll just let her contract ride out. We know, got it, boom, done. But another thing is that I noticed is that Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler have absolutely no chemistry at all. as far as on the mic. They're on commentary last night with MVP, which I kind of like, and I will say it right here because I'm not treading any side of the fence here with WWE or AEW. I just watch what I watch and I like it. So I'm willing to admit that WWE absolutely is still in the multi-commentator formula throughout the night from AEW, because you had Ziggler there and then you had MVP, and I just think it made the show better. I liked it, but they had Nia and Shayna on there. Just nobody was commanding the conversation. Those two can't bounce off of each other, and it really makes me think that they might make the decision with the whole story developing with Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan about how they've rekindled and everything, and now they're starting to dress like a tag team, look like a tag team. They're picking up some wins. I'm going to go ahead and say, and I'll say this if we go ahead and talk about Clash of Champions, but in case we don't, I want to say that I think that Shayna and Nia are transitional. Just to put it on Ruby and Liv.
Oh yeah, I definitely got to agree with that, man. I mean, I can't say I ever really like it when they take two singles talents and just stick them together.
Yeah, same, bro.
It just seems lazy to me, and.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's times that it does work as well, and it sets up things. And obviously, they're setting up, Shayna versus Nia.
Yeah.
And okay, whatever.
Yeah, I'm just like, bro, that
Baszler can beat the brakes off of her for all I care. So
hey, it is what it is. I mean, if they're trying to do a great value version of the Golden Role Models, which that feud is gonna hit different. That's going to be different, especially with the match those two girls can have. And I'm talking about Bayley and Sasha Banks and the story that they've already been telling. And we've already said it before. You add what they did at Brooklyn to that, I'm ready for it. I just hope they don't pull the trigger too soon. But we'll see where that goes. But basically what I'm saying is they're trying to have the tag team together with Nia and Shayna, then they lose the titles and they split, then they start to go off into their own feud. I just don't think there's really real direction with that, where it feels like there's some direction with Ruby and Liv with their redemption storyline of becoming a team again. I feel like that they're due for a kind of moment, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that could work. I mean, it sets them up as being the new champs going forward, and sets up Shayna and Nia to do their thing.
Yeah.
One thing I will express my utter disdain about, though, in regards of the women.
Mm-hmm.
How dare they? You got to be joking. How they gonna break up the Iconics like that?
Oh man, the Iconics!
I know that didn't happen on last week's show, and I haven't seen all of this week's show to see if Peyton was on there. But I've actually heard that they're like done with Billy Kay.
What?
Like done. Like Vince sees like nothing in Billy Kay, nothing. Like done. I don't know if that's legit. That's just speculation. I don't know, but that's the scuttlebutt. To hack a word from Taz, that's going around right now.
Right.
That Billy Kay is done.
Wow, I had not heard that, bro.
That soundbite brought to you by Natalia Neidhart.
Yowie wowie!
Oh man, but you could, hey man, who knows? You could be right, guys. We don't know what this stuff is. Hey, we're just fans like you following what we like to follow, and that's professional wrestling. So, guys, one thing that we want to talk about here is definitely this main event here between Drew McIntyre and Keith Lee. Man, I got to tell you, bro, they was whooping each other's ass all night, bro. And I loved it. Like, they was whooping each other. They was fighting all night. Like, there was basically this one part because it's just Drew, and they're letting Keith be Keith. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm liking about it. They got a singlet on him now. They're trying different looks for him, bro. They're trying different looks for him.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yep.
What? Are they letting Keith Lee be Keith Lee, though?
I understand what you're saying.
Why do they keep changing his outfit?
I think they're trying to find, honestly, they're trying to find a look for him. You know what I mean? Like look.
What was wrong with what he had in NXT?
Bro, Who's in charge of WWE? Is it Vince McMahon?
I know, yeah, pal. You gotta cover that up. You got too much loop going on there.
Yep. Come on, bro. Are you okay with NXT Keith Lee? Yes. Am I okay with NXT Keith Lee? Yes. Yes, I am. I'm okay with it. But it ain't gonna fly past Vince. He gotta cover it up. So Keith is just basically what the brother's doing is like, hey, this is a huge opportunity for me, so I'm going to be me on the mic and be the person I am, but I'm going to let them fiddle with my music. I'm going to let them fiddle with my gear. And honestly, he's being reasonable is what he's trying to be so he can follow his dream, you know?
Yep, and probably, that smile that he wears when he comes out, down the entryway and all that stuff, he's probably doing the same thing back there, too. Just like, all right, cool.
Yeah, like,
I'll do whatever because he gonna go out there and show his ass once that bell hits. Because I love Keith Lee. Dude.
I love
Keith
him,
Lee,
man.
The potential for Keith Lee in WWE is.
Say it, bro. What is it? Say it. Say it, bro.
I can't. It's terrible.
Say it.
You do
say it. You want me to say it?
Yeah.
It's limitless.
Oh, damn it.
There it is, bro. There it is.
Oh,
yes.
See, because again, I knew I was leading myself to it, and I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I love it, man. I love it. No, man. Yes. In all seriousness, though, Keith Lee he has this presence. That's what it is about him. It's a presence that is just, he's well-spoken. He's not out here trying to be something that he's not. He's just a big competitor, and he says he's basically saying in the promo, and I think it was Charlie. I think it was Charlie who's really grown well as like a backstage interviewer. She's done good for herself, but
Charlie is amazing at everything she does, and I will not stand for anybody saying otherwise.
Yowie wowie!
Charlie is always amazing.
She's great, man. She's great. But basically she was asking him, well, Drew, your friend, he is so, he's still got that dislocated jaw from getting booted by Randy Orton. And and she's like, are you prepared to take advantage of that even though you guys are friends? And he basically kind of weaved out the story and is like, yes, me and Drew are friends. Yes, we go way back. But that doesn't change what this is. This is an opportunity for me to fight for the WWE Championship. Friendships got to go out the window. Boom. Just saying that right there, you just made the WWE title feel like the most important thing in the entire freaking planet. Okay? You just made it feel like that, like you had, like, we're boys, we're tight, but I'm going to let you know that in a competition, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get to that prize. Like,
simple. That's
the story, bro. And I like it.
It's simple. It's simple, and as you said, it makes that title mean everything.
Yep.
That people are willing to sacrifice anything.
Yep.
To get it.
Yep.
So again, simple yet effective. I love it.
Simple yet effective, and he basically said, that's my friend. But to get an opportunity for the WWE Championship, I'll do what I must. And she said, so she basically implied like, so you're saying that you would target that jaw? Is that basically trying to pull an answer out of him? And basically he just said, like I said, I'll do what I must. And then he walked off, and I was like, fantastic, like one-liner right there. Just to leave it like that, you know what I mean? Leave people, guessing a little bit. What's Keith Lee gonna do? And bro, they tore it up in their match as well. They really, really did. And we'll get to that in a second. But first, I want to talk about real quick is something weird happened with Mickie James last night, bro. During a match with Asuka. I don't know if you saw anything about that. Something weird happened. We got to cover that before we go to Dominic and Seth, which we'll get there. But I just want to graze over this real quick. I hope she's okay, but I don't know what happened. It was a really weird finish.
Yeah, like I've heard like some say that like Mickie was hurt.
Yeah, I think she was hurt, and the ref was just like just ended it. Like, she can no longer continue, and there's been no follow-up on that at all.
No. All I know is Mickie James on her Instagram put out. Give me vamp for me here for a second. I'm gonna pull it up.
Yep, he's gonna go ahead and pull that up. He's gonna check this out while we are talking to these 14 different countries all across these great United States and locally right here in Indiana. While he's looking that up, I'm gonna let you guys know real quick. We're gonna drop this on a Tuesday morning. That is In Your House Tuesday Talk with your boy Khan and Hutch. Now we're talking about something that happened with Mickie James here. Mickie James suffered was it an injury? I don't know what it was, but something happened with her in her match with Asuka last night where there was a ref stoppage, and there was something on Instagram there that you were saying there, Hutch, that she might have put on her Instagram.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and like looking at the comments, I got it pulled up here. She put it up. It was 8 hours ago. And she put like not like this, like not ... like ... this, and then like with a broken heart, and it's got her in whatever that hold, that Asuka lock or whatever it is that hold that she was in, with that look on her face. But then like you got Chris Van Vliet on there like making laughy faces and all this stuff. So like I get, like everybody's like laughing and like stuff that it's okay, and others are saying that she got robbed and she deserved better. So like I don't know, dude. Like it's all
I can't tell you, bro. I can't tell you.
It's all both ways. Like I feel like, am I getting worked here? Like
right, like you wonder, right?
Like what is happening? Like I don't know. But it was a really weird sequence for two established in-ring talents to have. You know what I mean? Because like Mickie James can go.
Yeah.
And we all know that Asuka can go. So, I don't really know what happened there. Because when I saw it, because I just saw, like a clip of it on Twitter, and it just looked like things just kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
Like they were trying something, and like it just went, first it like, it was like, oh, that wasn't smooth. And then again, it all just kind of disintegrated. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope she's okay, though.
I hope so too, man. I really, really do. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of acknowledge that real quick, that's something that I noticed and just something weird that happened. But man, I got to talk real quick about this whole thing with Seth Rollins and Dominic Mysterio. They were in a cage last night. One thing that I noticed, man, about this cage match real quick as I was watching it is that it was outside of WWE's normal formula, and it really seems like that's what WWE is doing, is kind of doing some different stuff, trying different formulas, and I'm digging it. I'm liking it, because a normal Monday night, you think Monday Night Raw, you think cage matches main event at best. Like, okay, that's the main event that's a good main event on WWE standards. Of a cage match is a good main event for Monday Night Raw. Like, oh, we're giving them a cage match, like. But they put it like somewhere in the middle of the show, like basically like us a mid-card cage match, which I didn't hate it, and the match was good. And once again, right person went over. But I just liked the changing of pace that WWE tried in that type of situation.
Well, and you gotta think as well. Again, I'm not sure where the time lines up as to where they were at in the football game at the time.
True, good point too. Really good point. Yep.
Did that hit right at halftime? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be something good to look into.
So that could have been like, hey, we need to either keep the viewers that we got or try to potentially pull people in.
Yeah.
So I mean that could have potentially been a factor. I don't know.
That's a good thought, man. That is a good thought from the cornerstone of the IYH Collective. I agree. It's just time, because honestly, bro, I wasn't watching football. I mean, I just wasn't, so I couldn't tell you the timeline between the two. It just is what it is.
Well, I'll tell you this. Football had an effect on the trends last night.
Really?
On Twitter. Raw normally, typically, from what I see, trends number one.
Really?
On Monday nights, right?
Yeah.
And it's usually like up there. It wasn't last night. At least the few times that I checked it.
Really?
It was all football stuff. Raw was sitting at number 4.
Wow. So it took a bump then.
It did. And it's not that people weren't talking about it, because again, obviously there's all kinds of people always talking about wrestling no matter what night it's on.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah. I mean, it definitely, got overshadowed, it seemed like, at least on social media last night, by football, because again, it kind of feels new again to some folks. You know what I mean? Because again, it's the distraction that people have been clamoring for.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to sit here and bash on people. Oh, it's a distraction with the real shit. You know what? People need a fucking distraction right now. Enjoy your sports ball. Good.
Yeah.
May your team be victorious. I don't give a shit.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's going to, play a lot. That's going to be a hell of a fight. That's going to be a, hell of a struggle for WWE to deal with going forward.
Absolutely.
Is tangling with the NFL.
Absolutely. And man, I got to say, Dominic has really developed into quite the talent, bro. I mean, to really see what he's done, and everybody, that's the thing, is that the whole pull back curtain thing, I get it. Like, oh, he should have went through NXT first. I'm just like, yeah, maybe, but come on, man. Like, he's been training for years. He was already injected into storylines. It made sense for the storyline, and now he's getting a chance to actually, because the boy, he hasn't had, by his standards, a bad match. And yes, I understand that he's in there with some quality guys, with Murphy and especially Seth Rollins, but he's hitting his spots, man. So just let it happen. He's working really hard. I mean, the whole Mysterio thing, you saw this all the time in wrestling, and you just, for me, I just like the fact that, for me personally, Mysterio's getting a chance to have this history and this moment with his son as his career takes off, and as Ray's kind of settles and goes to the sunset portion of things there, man. It's just a cool moment for him. So I enjoy what Dominic Mysterio is doing. I enjoy this feud here with Rollins and Murphy, and man, really, Murphy is just getting beat up every single week. Like, when is he gonna really defy the Messiah? I'm not for sure when that's gonna happen, because he just keeps getting the shit beat out of him. I'm not sure if you saw that last night, but he was getting beat up a lot last night by Seth.
Yeah, and it's it's obviously leading to Seth and Murphy having a match, and they're gonna light it the hell up. And I'll say this about Rollins, man. Mm-hmm. When it's all said and done, and Rollins decides to eventually hang it up, Seth Rollins will be looked back upon as one of the best talents they've had in the modern era. Seth Rollins is damn good at what he does, and this Messiah thing has been kind of hit and miss with me. Yeah. But when it hits hard. Yeah. And I like it. And again, he's done, you could tell, like, he obviously wanted to do everything he could to get Dominic over. Yeah. And all of this. Yeah. And I don't know if you saw the, there's a clip of a spot that went down with them where Rollins was calling the spots in the ring. I don't know if you saw that or not. No. Where like they were both on the mat, and Rollins goes, "Frog splash, buddy, frog splash, go." And so it's bad that you heard him calling spots like that, but but I'm sitting there, it's like, oh, I called him buddy, like, you know what I mean? This is like, he gives a shit. He wants this kid to get over, and Dominic is good. He is. Thank you. Yes, Dominic is good. Like, before his first initial match, I was not invested in it. Yeah. I didn't care to see it. I was cool with, Ray and having this cool moment with his kid and all that stuff. That's cool. Yeah. But I wasn't invested in it. But damn, man, he's got something. And when he eventually turns on Ray, ooh, boy. Bro. Oh, boy, because Dominic's eventually going to turn on Rey Mysterio. Oh, my God. Why would you put that in my brain? Because that is, especially, oh, man, let's let it build. You ain't even got to push on that anytime soon either. Just let that marinate. But I do want to touch on something here. Again, I'm going off of what I saw on Twitter. And I really, really, for what I would hope is obvious fucking reasons, hope WWE doesn't go forward with this, because it's just going to be weird. Did Rey Mysterio's daughter go check on Blake Murphy or Blake? Yeah. It looks like she did. Isn't she like 19? I don't know, bro. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't know what that was. And he's like 30 something. Yeah. I know it's legal and all that, but is that something they really want to do? No. Not right now.
Now is not the time. I don't know if that's what they're leading to. I hope not, but now ain't the time for that. Now is not the time.
Because again, I know, I just to reaffirm, I know that Showgirl's 19 or whatever, but that's just still a little bit weird to me, man. I'm just kind of like, but whatever. We'll see where it goes.
Right. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully nothing comes to that. But so basically, we're gonna talk about the main event here, and man, that was Drew McIntyre going up against Keith Lee, and basically, if Keith Lee wins, he will have given himself the opportunity to be the man in the ambulance match at Clash of Champions, the Gold Rush, because everything has a tagline now on
Yep.
Raw in your face.
Everything's a gimmick, pal.
But for the opportunity to fight Drew McIntyre, because Randy Orton might not make it to Clash of Champions due to injuries that he sustained from Drew McIntyre. So they went out there and they tore it up, man. They had a really good match, really good back and forth match. Pretty much what you expect from two guys that know each other really well and that are competitive and like to hit hard. And it was, fast pace, heavy hitting, pretty much what you expect from a match from those two guys, which is why I would love to see those two have some sort of gimmick match in Clash of Champions just to see how they play their physicality into it. So that's what I would want to see. But it was a good back and forth match. And it ended with Retribution coming out, and there's a bunch of those dudes, like so many of them, cats, females. It's just a whole bunch of them, and they came, circled the ring. Definitely gave me, like, the way they did it, it was almost like Shield vibes, because they all jumped on the apron at the same time. Then they entered and started beating them up. Beating up a already beaten and battered Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre after a hard fought match, and so they're coming down, picking the bones basically, and they did these weird, like, I don't know if you saw it, man, but they did these really weird, like, camera cuts on it, like almost like they were trying. It was like cheesy chaos, you know what I mean? Like, God. Yeah, like I can't
stand when WWE does that shit.
Bro, it was like I said, I stand behind what I said as far as it was a good show, but this Retribution thing, man, it is not what we expected it to be. Like, it's just cheesy chaos. Like, oh, camera going this way, camera going that way. Okay, now hard cut to the ring, hard cut back to the weird. It was just cheesy, and I'm like, gosh, like, they're from the Performance Center because they said it in the promo beforehand, but it's just not hitting with me. It's almost like a comical spoof on Antifa or something like that. Like, it's just bad.
It is, and this is something that could have been dope.
Yeah,
it really could have been cool. That first week that they did that, where they had them like firebombing shit and all that, I'm like, okay, well, maybe they are gonna kind of do some cultural type shit a little bit,
right?
But then again, once they started making fucking video packages for them, and then I do believe that you touched on it or something as well, that they announced that Retribution is exclusive to Raw now.
Yeah, like, you guys are supposed to be like anti-establishment. You know what I mean?
That's a real renegade group when you can pitch them and hold them to one show, huh? Like fucking hell. And you ain't even revealed them yet.
Right. Like, it's gotten this bad, and we know, like, from seeing some of there's speculations that one of them is Dio Madden. If you guys remember him from Raw commentary, he did it for a very short period of time before Brock took him out and took him off TV permanently.
Which would give him a reason.
Right. Which would give him a reason. So you got Dio Madden, you got Mia Yim, which Mia Yim is weird to me because their whole thing is we got left to the wayside in the Performance Center. That's really not true for Mia because she was getting pushed. Right. So
it makes no sense.
Yeah, and then you got Dominik Dijakovic, who, okay, he might have a case because dude is really, really good, and he was featured, but they haven't really found anything for him. So now this might be the thing for him, and who knows, man? That's just a couple of the names that I heard. I think another one was rumored to be Mercedes Martinez, but once again, We'll see when we get there, but it's just not hitting with me right now. Just like everything else, I'm willing to give it time because I can see that WWE's kind of slow burning some things as far as how they slow burned the Hurt Business into regular TV. They slow burned this Mysterio Rollins feud and really, rack that up. And hell, even with the continuity with Mysterio still covering up his eye, even Aleister Black still covers up his eye from that, new way to injure somebody. So they got some things weaving in and out. But, man, I'm just ready to see where this goes because they really dropped the ball on it, in my opinion, man.
Yeah, and they're going to need something major to pick it back up.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, if the leader of this shit don't end up being Triple H.
That'd be something.
I'm going to be fucking shitty. It's the only one that makes sense, Con.
Yeah.
It's the only one that makes sense that I feel like would have a big enough impact for this to actually fucking mean something.
Yeah, because you just bring in a bunch of NXT guys, you're going to have everybody who wrestled with those guys, at some indie show are going to be like, oh, congratulations, oh, you made it to Raw. But the main, the fans, which there is a difference. There's a big difference between fans and actual, workers. The fans are going to be like, who are these guys? I don't know them.
Uh-huh. Yeah, for sure.
So you got to put a relatable, just like what AEW has been doing with guys like Jake Roberts, what they've been doing with Tully Blanchard is adding bigger names that people remember from when they watched wrestling. Okay? From when they watched wrestling, guys, putting them with guys that can get the rub from them and go out there and do what they did pretty much in the indies, but tell a story because FTR is hot. I mean, they're just doing. I love what they're doing with them. I would, it's one of those things. For me, it's a double-edged sword because they're the right guys to be the tag champs, and then you got people pushing back saying, "Oh well, all your champions are former WWE guys," which that'll be an episode we will talk about. We have to bounce that off of each other, but we're staying here with Raw, and basically what I'm saying is you have to have that guy like Triple H to give these guys some sort of rub. That's the point.
Yep,
that is the point.
And again, not only just that for the the rub aspect of it, but again from a storyline aspect of it.
It goes hand in hand.
Like you said, like why do half of these men and women have this beef with WWE?
Right.
When half of them have been getting hooked up.
Yep,
by
they've been
WWE.
getting pushed. Yep, they've been getting pushed. So it's not believable to say, oh, you're getting thrown by the wayside. Let it be those guys that lost their job, getting furloughed and stuff during the pandemic, and they lost their job, and then you're like, hey, we're doing good again. We can secretly sign you to a contract and bring you guys on. If you wanted to do something like that, have those guys that lost their jobs be those guys that come in with that sort of energy. You know what I mean? And still let them attack all shows. You can do it in a realism type of way, but the way they're doing it now is just not believable.
Well, see, and again, they had the pieces there. Yep. You remember the hacker?
Yeah, I remember the hacker.
Remember the hacker who was dropping all this stuff that was supposed to happen? Why have they not had this hacker guy correlate with them and hack into the Thunderdome screens and shit to get their message out there?
Yep. Yeah.
Why have they not incorporated some shit like that? Why is all this not getting tied together? And
that's
for those
it.
That are saying,
yep.
and for those that are saying, well, why are you throwing Triple H's name out there? Think about how many NXT talents have moved up, quote unquote, up to the main roster and have gotten squandered.
Yep.
Have gotten lost because creative had nothing for them. We can go all the way back to Tyler Breeze and all talents back then.
Yeah.
All these talents, sure, some of them made it, some of them ascended to greatness, but 9 times out of 10 they kind of became mediocre at best.
Yep.
And when they really shouldn't have.
Yep.
So, Triple H would have, storyline wise, would have a beef with that in regards of NXT being his company.
Yep.
And his company and his people putting all that work and effort into those talents that end up eventually getting squandered and wasted. Yep. There you have a fucking reason.
Boom. That's it, bro.
You you have a legit reason that's grounded somewhat in reality
Yep.
that fans and the smart marks and all that shit can kind of sink their teeth into a little bit and actually get into and back these guys and men and women who they feel haven't got the true look that they deserve.
Yep.
And then they can build that storyline all the way up to Mania. And I don't know if Vince would be ready to step down creatively, but have some kind of big-ass blow-off match between Triple H's group and WWE's Elite, their best. And whoever wins has reign and control over WWE. And that transitions Triple H into control of WWE, and thus creative ends up better. The ratings end up better, and we all end up happier, yet we still complain anyway because that's what the wrestling fans do.
Facts, bro. Facts, man. That's the true facts right there, man. And that's what we do, man. That's what we do. Even when it's good, we complain. And man, it was good. It was really, really good. I was a fan of it, and it just lets you know, bro. It just lets you know that if you're good, you're bad. The type of environment that WWE has developed over the years through piling bad on bad on bad, it's going to be hard to get those fans back even when they're good, because people are just in the mindset that, oh, I don't even have to watch it to tell you that it's going to be bad. Like, that's the default setting. That is the default setting, and you really see that on the internet, mainly on Twitter, on Facebook, things of that nature. And but you know what, man? Honestly, Hutch, any publicity is good publicity in some situations, because really attention is the only currency that you need, man. When you're funding a project, starting a business, or just keeping a podcast afloat, Attention Machine Apparel is committed to helping you advertise without being salesy. Our super comfortable side hustler and my personal favorite, the internet famous tees, are great conversation starters. They're icebreakers, Hutch, and I know you were looking at a few of those designs and you were digging on them pretty well, man.
For sure, brother. For sure. I mean, I don't think I could have said it better myself.
Yes, man. Yes. But the only way that it could get better is if you guys had a discount, and we can go ahead and provide that here for you In Your House at attentionmachineapparel.com, where for a limited time you'll receive a 12% discount on your first order by using the code HOUSE. That's HOWSE, just like the podcast you're listening to right now. That is attentionmachineapparel.com, designs for the business-minded creative influencer of the future. Attention Apparel. Is fantastic. Get your A in gear, and we're going to take a break here, and when we come back, we're going to preview this week's AEW Dynamite. Hey guys, this is the director, Howse, here to let you know that attention is the only currency that you need to fund a project, start a business, or just keep a wrestling podcast afloat. Well, I'm here to tell you that Attention Machine Apparel is committed to helping you advertise without being salesy. Their super comfortable side hustler and internet famous tees are great conversation starters. They're the perfect icebreaker so you can avoid all those cringy networking conversations and just be your super stylish self. Check out their designs at attentionmachineapparel.com, where for a limited time you'll be able to receive a 12% discount for your first order by using the code HOUSE. That's HOWSE, just like the podcast you're listening to now. attentionmachineapparel.com, designs for the business-minded creative influencer of the future. That's Attention Machine Apparel. Get your A in gear.
Yo, what's up? This your boy Howse from R2 Cents.
It's your boy C Woods.
And your girl Cheeks.
Hey, check us out every Monday and Thursday live at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Instagram, Apple, Spotify, all those good things. Listen to me destroy Cheeks and Woods every episode.
Man, what the hell?
Never destroy nobody.
Y'all know that's what it is. Hey, listen to us, man. Check us out anytime, man. Holla at us.
Welcome back to In Your House. You know who it is. It's your boy, the director, Con Howse, and I am sitting in, hanging out on a Tuesday morning with my man, the Flamingo Kid himself. That is the cornerstone of the IYH Collective, and that is Mikey Hutch. We already had a great conversation going already about Monday Night Raw. We really broke it down, really dug it. I really dug Monday Night Raw in your face. It was in my face a lot of the night for a really good episode. I enjoyed it for what it was. We nitpicked it. We broke it down. I said what I liked, what I didn't like, but now we're going to move right along to the preview portion of this episode, and we're going to preview this week's edition of AEW Dynamite. Congratulations to them for pulling 1 million viewers. I was really happy to see that, man. And this is going to be your opportunity, because I know, once again, everybody knows that Hutch stands for AEW. Like, oh, he loves AEW. But no, you're going to give your opportunity here to kind of jump us in, break it down for us. And the first thing that I want you to break down is FTR and Jurassic Express, bro.
Nah, I'm not going to watch. But no, man, come on. You know your boys watching AEW. That is the show to watch, if you ask me. Yeah.
Yes.
Call me a mark. Call me whatever the hell you want. I don't give a fuck. My field of fucks are barren. AEW is where the fuck it's at. And come on, FTR Jurassic Express. Come on.
Oh, man.
You know this is going to be money.
They're going to tear it down, bro.
Yeah, and the match is going to be great. We all know who's going to win. It's predictable, but predictability doesn't matter as long as the journey to get there is fun. And this match is going to be fantastic. And all I got to say is this. The dinosaur and the Jungle Kid better hold those damn tag ropes, or they ain't getting tagged for shit. Because FTR is about real wrestling.
Yep, they're about the rules, man. Traditional tag team wrestling.
Yeah, man. And just... Oh my God! Like I can't recall such a great story being told with tag teams.
They're doing a really good job of it.
Than what you're seeing right now with FTR and Omega and Adam Page and it's so good. Yeah, this match is gonna be dope. They could open with this match if they wanted to.
That'd be a really good opener. That would be a nice opener. Definitely something to get you hooked into the episode. And another thing that's hooking us here is, of course, the number one contender for the AEW World Championship. That's the Murder Hawk Monster, Lance Archer, where he's got an interview. I'm sure he's going to be talking about his AEW World Championship opportunity, and I'm sure Jake will have something to say too, man. What do you think is going to come from this interview?
Oh, just more good stuff, man. More developing of Lance Archer's character. I'm glad that he's finally getting this main spot because, dude, homie's record is ridiculous in AEW. And I've been sitting here for a minute going, why is the Murder Hawk not getting a shot here? But
right.
with modern wrestling, it's like you got to kind of reprogram yourself a little bit for AEW. You need patience for AEW a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they don't give everything to you immediately. You got to wait for it. But yeah, I think this interview is going to be great. Jake Roberts is always good. I think Jake Roberts needs to be controlled a little bit. I think Jake Roberts on a live mic is a little bit rough.
Yeah.
But nowadays, respectfully to him. But, if they do like a cool little sit down thing with them or something like that, I'm with it. I'm looking forward to it.
One thing that I want to see in AEW that I have a nitpick with, I want to see Jake Roberts and Taz standing behind their client, not in front of them. I can't get past that, man. I just can't. Man. You got to be standing behind him, man. You got to make the talent look big as hell, man.
Yeah, you're right. You're right on that. And I don't know, man. I mean, Lance Archer's still pretty fucking big in front of
Jake,
is.
Though. He is. Don't get me wrong. It just feels like that he should be featured. You know what I mean?
I agree. And it's interesting. I've heard Taz give his opinion on that.
Really?
Taz has given his opinion on that on Twitter.
Really? What did he say? I'm really interested.
That people need to shut up and they don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yowie wowie. Yeah, that seems like something Taz would say. Well, then fuck me then, right, Taz? Shut up, Mark. know what I'm talking about. I've listened to Taz though. He don't give a damn about what I think. Yeah, I don't give a damn. I still like Taz. I don't care. He don't care about me. Like his show was great, man. But yeah, that. Seriously though, that's his opinion. Mine is I feel like the talent should be featured and the manager should stand behind the talent. Just my opinion.
It's true,
not saying
though.
it's right. That's just my opinion.
It's true because it's like the eyes were supposed to be on the talent.
Yeah.
And if the manager's in your face, that puts the talent in the background.
Yep.
So I mean, there's something to that argument.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with Taz about it.
No, because you know you ain't gonna win, bro. That's an argument you're not gonna win. But
you go sit there and fucking smoke one of his cigars sitting out by his pool and fucking bury me on Twitter. I don't want that smoke.
He don't care, man. Like he really don't care. But I'll tell you one thing I do care about, man, and that is Chris Jericho and Jake Hager in a tag team match going up against a Private Party, being accompanied by Matt Hardy. What are you thinking of this match, man? Just more jockeying for position in the tag team division that is starting to really develop in the world of AEW?
Yeah, I think it's interesting with Jericho and the Big Hurt moving to the tag team division, but
yeah,
gives them something to do, and I'm sure their intentions are to make a new tag team. But it leaves the question though, with Chris Jericho and Jake moving into the tag team division, where's this leaving Proud and Powerful?
Yeah.
In the inner circle. Are they going to end up kind of bumping heads at some point?
Maybe.
And if I could touch on a little bit of a personal subject, I'm a little bit bitter at Chris Jericho.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that?
Your boy has been retweeted by Chris Jericho on numerous occasions.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to brag. I just put stuff out there just because of my opinion, and he happened to apparently seen it, retweeted it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, your boy's blocked by Chris Jericho.
What did you do to Chris Jericho?
The only thing that I can think of is I question the logic of him doing concerts during a pandemic.
Oh yeah, that was probably what done it.
I did it with respect. I just posed a question. It's the only thing that I could think of, but I didn't even know. I went to tag him in something. I think I was watching Dynamite last week, and again, he was entertaining. Like he's doing Chris Jericho shit.
Yeah.
And I went to tag him, and like when you type the @ gimmick, like it usually comes up with their name.
Yeah.
It didn't come up with Jericho's name. I'm like, well, fuck that. I know I've tagged him multiple times. Come to find out, I'm blocked.
Dang. Yeah, yep. You hurt his Philly feels, bro.
Oh
man, like dang, it wasn't supposed to go down like that. But if that's how it's got to go down, I guess sometimes that's how it's got to go down. And man, he'll be featured in that tag team match. But somebody that I'm definitely interested in seeing it again, and that is the NWA World Women's Champion Thunder Rosa. She's going to be going up against Ivelisse. I feel like these two have locked horns a lot in the past. Maybe Lucha Underground. I could be wrong, but it seems like that these two being familiar with each other, they're going to put on a banger of a match and probably going to make Thunder Rosa look really good because her name's hot right now, bro.
Oh, it's the goods. And I did hear that Thunder Rosa basically made mention that if the numbers were right, that she would have no problem coming over to AEW Dynamite or AEW full time. And I say, throw the fucking checkbook at this young lady.
Oh, yeah. She's got an it factor.
She does, and they could use her in that division.
Oh, for sure.
Because they need people in that women's division. I'll keep it a stack here with AEW. AEW, their women's division's been, I don't want to call it weak, but it's been.
I call it weak.
You damn WWE marks. I swear. Anyway. They're not weak. It's just they're hurting right now.
Yeah.
It's a transitional phase. It's a grow. Okay, yeah, it's hurting a little bit. but look, they're working on it. It's a problem that they know that they have, and they're
trying to acknowledge it. Yep.
They got what's her name, Anna Jay, in the Dark Order.
Yep. So now you got stories. Now you can have stories weaving for the ladies now that she's affiliated with the Dark Order. So
right. Which, just speaking of the Dark Order, y'all.
Oh my God, no! Here we go. I know exactly what you're about to talk about.
Y'all, you must, at the timestamp of 12:27 on this week's Being the Elite on YouTube, It is essential fucking viewing. If you're a fan of comedy, look no fucking further than this Dark Order segment. Holy fuck. Oh my god. I was in tears.
Oh, man. Dude.
Tears.
They're stupid, man. Oh, man, that whole group, like, it seems like, and it's John Silver's, is that his name?
John Silver.
Oh, my God.
It's fucking Silver.
Caught red-handed.
Fucking Silver. And then what popped me was when fucking Uno goes, "What's Matt Cardona doing here?" And then Brody Lee gets pissed and walks over to Uno and goes, "Do you know how fucking over we are on the internet right now?" And Uno goes, "Massive."
And you want to throw a Matt Cardona joke in there?
And he said, and Brody meant it. He said, "Fuck you, man. Fuck you." And then he looked at Five and said, "Fuck you too," for no fucking reason.
Brody Lee is messed up, man. He is messed up.
Oh my god. And then and again, it was the subtle things in this. When Brody Lee like goes over to the mirror and Stu is written STOOO.
Oh god. We're gonna have to. Oh my gosh.
The look of irritation and the reaction of Brody Lee is fucking priceless. He throws his hand up and tilts his head to the side and just goes, "Stu? Mr. Grayson? How do you spell your name?" Guys, it was good. I don't want to spend all the rest of the time on the show on it, but Jesus, tap dancing Christ, you guys got to go watch it.
Just go check it out. It's funny stuff.
Fucking gold. It's fucking gold.
Hey, man.
But yeah, Thunder Rosa, man. Thunder Rosa's good, and they need to sign her. Going back to getting steering the ship back in the right direction here.
For sure.
But yeah, sign Thunder Rosa immediately.
Absolutely. I agree. And speaking of new signings, man, the best man Miro will be at Dynamite, and he's going to speak, man. What are you kind of thinking he's gonna throw down on? Hopefully, I'll say this, I'm happy that he's there, and it was definitely a surprise. No more WWE talk, man. Let it fly. Let it fly.
Let it go. You got your jab in last week.
Yep.
Personally, I don't mind jabs at WWE like that, because if nothing else, I'm sure it feels good for the talent to come out and say it.
Yeah, for sure.
So he had his moment last week. Leave it at that. Let him continue to build this new character with Kip Sabian, and we'll just see where it goes, man.
Yep.
Again, I think a lot of eyes are going to be on AEW this week. I hope they can break 1 million again.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I hope they get more. But again, I think a lot of eyes are going to be on AEW specifically for Miro. And I think that played a part last week. Because again, I know Twitter blew the fuck up. I lost it. I didn't expect the debut last week.
Me neither, man. And you talk about Miro being a big reason why AEW is must-watch television. You got to talk about one of the most must-see guys. Not talking about The Miz. I'm talking about this guy on Wednesday night, man. And that is MJF. He's in action. He's actually going to be wrestling, man. Are you thinking they're just going to stick him with the job guy, let him just, display some of his good moves and then put a mic in his hand?
Oh, yeah. It's just going to be a way to get him out there.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting, to hear the kind of follow-up.
Yeah.
In regards from him.
For sure.
Going forward. And it'll be interesting to see what develops with Wardlow. I think that's going to end up being the next story, which I'm not sure if you've been keeping up with that. But MJF basically said that Wardlow belongs to him.
Yes, I did notice that. Hold on. I did know. The only reason I'm telling you hold on is because I want to gush about that for a second.
Sure.
Because I loved that. Like the fact that you're not contracted through Tony Khan. You're contracted through me, which means that if Wardlow wants to continue to keep his job and feed his family, which they kind of touched on that too, that he needs to be MJF's pawn, and that was money to me. That was good because you gave a reason for why Wardlow will not put his hands on him, and then it's going to hit real different because you added that layer to it. And then when he finally just gets fed up with MJF and he's like, you know what? Fuck this job. My respect is a little bit more important, because MJF's going to keep pushing and prodding him, bro, till he gets to that point where he's just like, fuck it. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I want to see a slow burn to with this MJF Wardlow thing.
For sure. And I definitely think that that's exactly what we're going to get. And I'm not sure if you've been keeping up with the Being the Elite episodes, but
I have not. I haven't. But can you just kind of throw it in there?
Absolutely. Wardlow may have an out from working with MJF, because
really?
And it's been done in kind of a comedy thing, because the two chuckleheads, Reynolds and fucking Silver,
oh god,
have been pursuing new members of the Dark Order.
Oh wow.
And one of the people that they approached, I believe it was last week, was Wardlow.
Huh.
And what was funny, and again, it was a comedy segment. They came in and all they did was compliment him, right?
Yeah.
And again, it was comedy. I mean, it was fucking hilarious. I mean, they're kind of gushing over him, and like, your fucking Silver's talking about how good he looks. He's a good-looking man, and all this stuff, and basically just saying that he could get it.
Right.
Basically.
Right. Oh wow.
But then the segment basically, comes to the end, and Wardlow's like, "All right, guys, I got to get a hold of MJF. I got to take this call, and he walks off. And they're like, damn it, we forgot to ask him to be in the Dark Order.
Oh.
So I'm thinking eventually Wardlow is going to get a job with the Dark Order to get away from MJF.
Yeah,
that
could be
don't
a thing.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, that could have just been some kind of throw-off segment, or it could have been a seed that they're planning to blossom in the future, which is kind of some shit that AEW seems to be doing.
Yeah.
So, but regardless, the split is going to be inevitable between Wardlow and MJF, but it's going to be fun to see the fallout with it, because, again, MJF, anything he touches turns to platinum. Not gold, platinum.
I love it. Absolutely, man. And the last thing, we'll just graze over it because it kind of is going to be what it is. And that is Jon Moxley appearing. Any final thoughts or anything like that as far as Jon Moxley appearing?
Another good promo.
Yeah.
It'll probably be another little backstage thing. They'll have like the, unique setting with Archer. A little bit later on, they'll have, Moxley will come out and do his thing. And it was, kind of stoke the flames a little bit for their, for their match. Because, they got a little ways before they get there, to have it. But yeah. So I think it'll just be more good shit from Jon Moxley, dude.
Hey, so, I'm down with that. I'll be looking forward to that episode of Dynamite. And we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of In Your House as we crank out another good episode. Hutch, man, we gotta be getting on out of here, hitting the old dusty trails and hitting the road, Jack. And you know what time it is when it's time to do that. It's time for you to let everybody know where they can find you at, man. So it's time for you, my man, the Flamingo Kid, to plug it.
Thank you very much, sir. And yeah, y'all can find me on the Twitter. Again, I'm super fucking active on there. I'm up to 2,173 followers now. Like, they just, that, pun intended, they're flocking to the Flamingo Kid, as it were. So if you would like to join as well, you can follow me at Hutch IYH. Again, that's, I basically tweet wrestling, memes, politics, everything, anything, everything, real life shit. I was talking about being at a car auction yesterday. That was fucking weird. Just like driving up, I felt like I was at an exhibit at a zoo. Like people just like looking in. So of course I was tweeting about that shit. And it's all kinds of stuff. And regardless, 2020's been fucking crazy. Don't let the negative stuff get to you, man. You got people that try to be negative to you online. Don't give them that power. Don't let them break you. Mental care, self-care is everything.
Yes,
if you got to step away from social media, do it. Do what you got to do. And don't let people bash you for what you believe in. Don't let people bash you for what you watch, regardless of what you cheer, what you boo, be it WWE, AEW, New Japan, Impact, Ring of Honor, if for the three of you that still watch it. It doesn't matter what you watch. We are wrestling. We are Legion. We are one people. Hutch loves you. Thank you very much for listening. We got a lot of awesome stuff for you down the pipeline. Stay tuned. We'll catch you next time.
Absolutely, guys. You already know what it is. We are one of the great slogans of this show from my man, the cornerstone of the IYH collective, that is Mikey Hutch. And guys, we are about to collectively skate out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed our Tuesday talk, because we enjoyed giving it to you. We always enjoy giving y'all that work. So let me let you guys know where you guys can listen to this at. You guys can listen to this at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Hey, you don't have an Apple device? That's all right. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, we can get to you. Hey, guys, we really hope you enjoyed this episode. We're going to try to push out some more for you guys so you guys can get that work. Hey, guys, you already know what it is. Go to www.prowrestlingtees.com/inyourhouse. We got those shirts for you guys. Get this work. Get this shirt. And, guys, we tell you this all the time, and we always will. Guys, hop on this bandwagon. Get on. Or get gone. Because the household, well, we still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.